Beautiful pictures with it for the bullseye. Marked this fish up. Got him in the app here. You guys can make sure that you check this fish out, angler.com/tour. And also make sure that you're signing up for that bullseye wait list. Makes it easier to mark fish like this one. So we're gonna get this fish back and get hopefully another one or two.
One that I designed. Just a 3/8 ounce, and I'm using a Bruiser Crazy Crawl. Bruiser Baits Crazy Crawl. And it gives it really, really sick action.
I didn't realize tilapia had so much color. Oh god, there goes the rod. Look at that. That's wild. Dang. Be good eating.
So now I spend probably 250 to 300 days a year on the water. So I thoroughly enjoy it, and it gives me a peace of mind and gets me away from the racket of life.
What's it like to live here near Okeechobee?
Oh boy. If you'd asked me that a year ago, I'd have said it was the best place on earth. Before Hurricane Irma, this place was phenomenal. There was grass islands. We have a little bit of hydrilla here, but you could go anywhere on this lake and catch fish and find good structure and good cover to work. Since Irma really just flushed a lot of the grass out and unrooted it, and a lot of what was there has either died off or, like I was telling you guys when we got here, it's been, that storm had such a surge that it picked them islands up and it brought it into the parking lot, and it brought it up onto the dike all the way around this lake. And it really changed the way this place fishes. I'm not saying that it's a bad place to go now, but it's definitely not what it used to be. And it's going to take years upon years for it to recover.
Nice. The first bass of Okeechobee. Yeah. Probably one of the darker fish I've ever caught. And thumped black and blue chatterbait with a little paddle tail. Finally got a bass. Oh man, it feels good. I'm gonna mark him in the app here using the bullseye. One click, puts him in the app.
One of the things I really like to do out here on the lake, when I'm fishing around structure and around grass and trees and stuff, is I'll take a punch skirt Toxton and I'll fish it with a this is a 4/0 max grip pin Mustad, and I fish it using a snell knot. So when you set the hook on the fish and they've got that weight, it turns that hook up every time, and that really makes a big difference on your setup and the hook set you get. But again, just crazy about that Crazy Crawl from Bruiser Baits. That thing's got sick action, and behind this weight, it's unbelievable.
We are back to the ultra tough bass fishing days.
Ah! Oh my God. Sticking your hand in gator infested water for pigs. There you go, there's your fish. Knocked him loose with the paddle. Oh my God, that was eventful. There you go. That was awesome.
I've been doing this for a long time, so getting it through is not that big of a problem. A lot of people use the more expensive bobber stops that are like almost $2 a pack.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine come up to the house a month or so ago to fish with me, and he hands me a bag of these things. He said, I got 1,000 pieces for $2.
What? And you just use 2 of them? Or?
Depending on the weight size, but I usually put 2. But like if I'm fishing like 1.5 ounces or 2 ounce, I'll put 3 on there.
Gotcha.
This is a 3/4 ounce flat out tungsten from Bass Addiction Gear. And a 4/0 max grip pin, Mustad. And I always snell them. Crazy Crawl, Bruiser Baits Crazy Crawl, and the Knockout color. I've had really good results with this color. Just rig it up the same way you would if you was Texas rigging. The only difference is when you're Texas rigging, you're going to want to bring your hook tip out to the, to be somewhat exposed when you're flipping. You don't want to feel that hook at all. And you're going to depend on that, turning that up and exposing that hook. And that's why you hit them, everything you got, you hit them as hard as you can. And the good thing about this snelling these hooks, 90% of your hookups are going to be above their jawline, up in the top part of their mouth.
We just got off the water here on Okeechobee, the Big O. It ended up turning into a pretty hot day. We started off with a lot of cloud cover. I mean, it was pretty windy. A lot of big wake at the beginning. We went out, explored the main lake, fished some grass lines, and then ended up moving into some deeper weed beds. So how'd the overall day go?
I feel like it went pretty good. It was tough this morning, like you said, and by midday I was starting to get a little bit worried on us being able to put something together. But if you just stay consistent and continue to fish, this place will reward you. I got a beef stick, as we call it. This is a Vexen Rods V710 extra heavy. This rod is rated from 3/4 ounce to 2.5 ounce weights. And this is the only thing that goes on this rod is a punch rig. And this here is a 1 ounce with the 4/0 and the Bruiser Baits Crazy Crawl. This is my standard rig. I use the bobber stops. I usually double or triple them up just because of the weight size, and it helps me get through the cover. But I'm using a 65-pound goat rope from Bass Addiction Gear, and I wouldn't tie on anything less than that with this cover we're fishing out here.
I think that's going to wrap it up here from Okeechobee. We appreciate you taking us out.
Yes,
and the angler tour is now
Yeah,
going to be
seriously.
moving off to Jupiter. So
Jupiter Farm.